Hi there, Leos. This is Kim here to do your reading for you all for your next 48 hours. Let me scoot up my little noisy chair here and try to sit comfortably. Let's see. Okay, so Leo, we're going to get started always with my gratitude. Thank you so much for liking, sharing, subscribing. I'm going to use the Osho Zen Tarot today, so I'm kind of excited because this deck ends up bringing out a lot of the issues that are the core issues. So, whereas regularly it's like, okay, so our pentacles is the issue, or expressing ourselves is the issue, but down to the core, what is really at hand. And that is what the Zen Tarot gets down to. So I love it. Absolutely love it. And we're going to just do one oracle card because this tends to get kind of, the readings tend to get kind of deep with the Zen Tarot. So I'm excited about this. And I'm feeling the animal oracle. I'm feeling that we're going to have to draw from this animal oracle first and see what we get. Oh, Leos. Let's see. So always calling in your spirit guides, higher self. We ask that divine wisdom be granted and pass along messages to our Leos to always help them ascend, always ascending and always expanding, ever expanding, right? All right, so a spirit animal deck, and what do we have for Leo? Whoa, okay. I'm going to take them all because why not? Eagle Spirit. Spirit has your back. Big message, Leo. So some of you all might be worried about something or about continuing. Confirmation, though, here that Spirit has your back. It kind of like no matter what circumstance, no matter what ends up happening, Spirit has your back. Don't forget that. And that ends up being part of that source of hope with you, within you. Nice. Okay, so see, Moth Spirit, surrender now. Surrender now, Moth Spirit. Dove Spirit, be the peace. Be the peace. Finding the peace within you, helping you to see the peace around you. Seahorse Spirit, watch and wait. I feel like this is regarding family matters. Watch and wait. Okay, so I'm going to look to, I was going to look to the book. Yeah, just for every now and then there's something else that this book adds to these cards. So let me, and they are fairly new to me. Moth Spirit, surrender now. The Nocturnal Butterflies. All right. So the message is here. It says hard work and dedications are virtues. And love, of course, is a beautiful thing. But it says you can go over the edge sometimes, drifting into the realm of workaholism, overeating, perfection, or addictions going over. So this is kind of like overdoing it. Watch for overdoing it. So now is a surrender, radical acceptance. It says release your need for certainty and control. Oh gosh, that's hard, and I'm gonna say that's probably really hard for a Leo to relinquish certainties. Okay, relinquish certainties. Banish the shoulds and the musts so that you can enjoy what is and allow what is to come in. Yeah, so Dove Spirit, I'm really seeing Dove Spirit as finding that inner peace within you no matter what's going on around you. And then eventually, things from our inner are reflected on our outer, on the external. The more people that find peace inside themselves, the more chances that we have to live in a land of peace and harmony. So, all right, the peace asks you. Spread out into the world. So that's the message. So spread the message out into the world by finding your own peace within you. strategy. I'm thinking of the word strategy too. Seahorse spirit says watch and wait. And it's nicely pointing out the way that the seahorse spirit hovers, you know, nice and softly, gently hovering, just kind of paying attention. I like that. I like that. So it says, this is not your circus. Stay out of the drama. Step back from drama and allow yourself to look at things from different angles by sitting back and just watching. So you might discover more possibilities this way. And it definitely says if this is a time where you're holding on to any judgments, release that. And it says if there's any drama at all that you've been drawn to, step back and look at it and ask yourself, why are you being drawn to this? Or why is it in your vicinity? What is it trying to teach you? What are you supposed to learn from that? So that you, if you feel uncomfortable, so that you can get out of that situation by accepting what is and just looking, observing. All right, I love these cards and I would love to leave them out, but I want as much space as I can for the Osho Zen Tarot, which we're going to get into right now. Okay, so for Leos. Leo Spirit, what do you have for Leo? Next 48 hours, but as we know, any time really that this resonates with you is when it was meant to be for you. Okay. So next 48 hours. Look, if you have any ideas for something other than next 48 hours, I'm open to them, by the way. Because I've been trying to brainstorm on doing it a little bit different than that. But anyway, okay, that's just a side note for the next 48 hour. Leave me in the comments if you have an idea. Okay, so Osho Zen Tarot, let's get some messages for our Leos. What's the situation from Leo? 10 of Wands in the reverse. It's time to take a look at all this energy and make sure that you're not trying to force something that you're doing, working, possibly making sure you're trying not to force things to give you a certain answer. If that makes sense. Don't force things to fit the mold that you think it has to be in order for you to, quote, make it. So there's something about really stretching yourself thin, and there's a need big time to replace. So this is no longer a warning of you're going to get burned out. This is a sign that's like, okay, look, you are burned out. That's why maybe something is not working or something might feel amiss, is because you're exhausted, you're burned out. It's time for silence. It's time for you to go inside, experience silence, complete silence. When was the last time that you were in a room by yourself, meditating, silent, completely silent? Which, you know, if you're like me, then you might have to play something in the background to meditate too, because my mind, for some reason, calms down when I have, like, ambient noise. Anyway, so what is the challenge here, other than the challenge of rearranging what you're doing? And stop. The message is stop forcing. I had a tendency to really want to do that myself when I'm like, oh, this is good. Now I've got to meet this goal. So goals are great, but I'd rather you set out on a strategy and a plan than a goal. No, because that not only is that maybe a limit, but it could be forcing or pushing something to work. So that's the general message. Can we get a card for the challenge, please? Okay, feeling so guilty. Leos, why are you feeling guilty? 8 of... Okay, slow. Things are taking off slow. The turtle, you know, is associated in lots of things with this prosperity above and below, and gosh, lots of things. Creation. I even think of Divine's plan when it goes kind of slow, but methodically, purposeful movement. This Eight of Swords is guilt. Guilt, either that you feel like you should have been to a certain point already, and that might be part of why we tend to force things or overdo something to deal with stress. We may be doing things to deal with stress that's unhealthy for us, that actually ends up just building on it because of these swords that you're in, the Eight of Swords. They're things that are constructed out of things that aren't true. So when we're feeling guilty, it's because we're either thinking we had to live up to an expectation, or we let someone or something down because it wasn't the way that it should be. And that's just quite simply not really true. So it's usually, this guilt is usually out of a falsehood. And so that's why that's like, you can walk through this anytime you want. You're being blindfolded by your own acceptance of things that really are not, don't even exist. They're just ideas, just expectations and labels. So there's no need to even feel this energy. The root of everything is the Page of Cups in reverse. We have the bird escaping, okay? And it's just like that Eight of Swords energy where, look, you can get out whenever you want. It's open, but to you it doesn't feel open. For some reason, there's hope is kind of on the low end of the meter right now. And I don't know why, what is like what you're not hopeful about, but that's the issue. That's the underlying, that's the root. That's considered at this like base, the root chakra. So if you're at the root, you don't believe something will happen, or at the root, if you're not hopeful, then it might not. It's almost like pre-dooming. It's like pre-dooming energy of believing something's going to happen so much, so intently, and thinking of almost like the wrong things that we end up pre-dooming our situation. So this is almost like a warning not to do that, really, to think positively. The Four of Pentacles in the reverse is actually, I look at it as a good card. You're not giving away power necessarily. You're not holding things so closely anymore. The things that maybe might be a lesson learned, where we were holding on closely to things that represented ideas to us, but really weren't of any value. You have exactly what you came in here with, is what you need, which is, letting go. So that was a letting go in the past energy. That was a letting go. That might have been accepting assistance too. But it was letting go of the attachments that you thought you were attached to, but permanently, but you weren't. Okay, the present energy. I think that's the Seven of Wands. No, it looked like it though. Ace of Wands in the reverse is not a bad thing. What this is going back to a passion or something. So the present moment, going back or trying something that you were passionate about, but looking at it's like your approach to it's going to be different. Your perspective's going to be different. So this is about, it's like there was, I don't even feel like there's a reignition. I feel like there was always a little light left there for whatever this passion was about, but it's heating back up. Heating back up. So doing something again that you were very passionate about. All right, the near future energy is the Queen of Pentacles. We have it in reverse, so I feel like adjusting. Definitely don't see this coming. And you be adjusting to maybe having things Hang on, let me get another one, because what I was going to say, I'm not feeling as appropriate. Oh, okay. Yeah. And that's why. I was going to say adjusting. I was going to say adjusting to things, not how you would want them, but that's not it. It's actually what makes you happy now, especially when we're talking about emotional happiness with this 10 of Cups. So what makes you happy in the near future, Leo, is something that they're based on things that you are, that you don't feel the same about. Why can't I talk? It's the retrograde coming, right? It's that. So yeah, the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse is the things that used to make you, what you thought made you happy, they are not going to make you happy anymore. Well, actually, it's the realization that they never actually made you happy. And that's what we're going to live in, is this 10 of Cups energy, which is, I feel like, the emptiness that gets filled by you, by your own happiness, by the emotional happiness that can be brought to you by things way other than material. So this is something other than money, other than material. This is not temporary happiness. This is the 10. This is long-lasting happiness. This is long-standing happiness. Yeah. See what I meant about this? These go deep. The topics they talk about goes deep. Okay, so let's look at how you feel. How do you feel, Leo? With the 10 of Cups, too, so it has to do with the 10 of Cups. Oh, rebirth. 10-10. So what is that also telling us? A separate message that something is coming within divine timing. So 10-10 is on the temperance. So we need to have, we need to make sure that we are tempered, we are balanced, and that we know that Spirit is getting things in order. As long as we're doing our part, not overdoing, not forcing, and remembering the spiritual, almost like the spiritual laws, remembering those. That's that 10 of Swords. It is a rebirth in this card. Completely, it's rebirth in this deck. There may be issues with rebirth if it was in reverse, like redo. So you're completely done with one way of seeing and looking at things. Your outlook is completely done. You've went from a new species. You were the camel here, and then you come out, and it's like your vibrations raised. And now you're really living as Leo the lion. That's nice. That's really nice. There's something in a creation, within a creation, or a mother, maybe having to do with a mother. There's some kind of unhealthy relationship right here with the Empress energy. And I'm not sure what that's all about yet, but we'll go further. Let's go further. Okay, what is the surrounding energy? The 3 of Wands, and earlier this wanted to come out in the reverse because this is something that you really don't see. I feel like a passion that you have inside of you may be coming out to be expressed, and I don't think you're seeing what it's going to add to your life quite yet. It's a surprise. It's almost like a surprise. So yeah, you are waiting for things to come in, but what's actually coming in for you to experience is not yet here. But it's like, here's a hint. It's something you used to love to do. That's what I'm feeling, is there's a hint. Okay, the hopes and fears here. I'm still seeing this as a resistance to change. Change that needs to take place. Change. There's still okay, it's not an outright resistance. Let me say that. It's not you saying, no, I don't want to change. No, it's not that. It's you going with the flow, thinking that you're changing, and then looking and realizing that you're still forcing, and you still are carrying these guilt feelings. So it's just a re-examining. It's a reassessment of how you are going about this change. I think that's what that is meaning for you, my Leos. All right, let's see what this outcome is for you. And then I'm going to go over all of the signs that were represented here for you, Leos. Thanks so much for joining me again. Like I say, you all are what makes this channel work. And so my appreciation is copious amounts. Innocence. You are innocent. Look, it's pointing out that guilty. That is a facade. That word, that energy is not real. This is what's actually real, is you are the divine piece. You're that player piece inside this avatar playing. And when you're playing, you're looking at look at things from an innocent point of view, not ignorance, innocence. You can do no wrong when you're out there playing. It's almost, I heard an analogy, I want to say, with this one time, and it was like, what did they say? They said, imagine that the creator, or our source energy, prime source energy, right, has put us all in this wonderful playground, and it looks huge, and there's lots of things you can do, and there's those battleships that are there built out of wood, you know what I'm saying? And like the kids, we're like the kids, and it's like sometimes we can get really upset, and we really don't like what the other person did to us on this playground. So we're like wondering, why isn't Source getting involved? Why aren't they doing something? Because you are divine essence playing. And that's just like a side note, because I love that. I love that analogy. So it doesn't mean don't take things seriously. Let me say that. And it does not mean anything about, you know, don't take it the wrong way, I guess what I'm saying. 0, the Fool, this is the start. This is like the soul of the tarot, because this is the start. It's starting over, it's starting for fresh. And you notice that 0, and I'm looking at this 0 here, or the circle, the infinite creation here. And this is another cycle. And this is not just another cycle, though. You're stepping off into a brand new adventure. It's going to be very exciting, and you are going to be asked to have a learner's mind, have the eyes of innocence, so look at everything as brand new to you, minus the labels, minus the expectations of others, minus what you thought it was going to look like or what it should look like. Okay, so that's your reading, guys. I appreciate it. Like I said, I really appreciate it. I like it that you all support this channel, and doing so, I always try to put out as many good videos as I can. What else do we have? See, there's the 0. So there's the 0. I am limitless. There's no beginning and there's no end, Leo. All is infinite. It's time to develop your spiritual side. You are gaining new sight and understanding on both godly and earthly things, because you are limitless. And 6, love and harmony. And then here's the harmony with the 10 of Cups. Age you're approaching. 6, your heart is your gift. You are a natural born nurturer, and you have a great talent for helping and healing others. You are the epitome of self-sacrifice and a protector of those that you love. I am nurturing. Love it. Love it. All right, guys, that's your reading. Thanks, Leo. Sending you light and love. Bye.